This is the Shiba Inu 1 month overview reading for the month of July 2024. It's currently June 8th, 2024, 10:42 p.m. Eastern Time. Shiba Inu at the time of this reading, 0.0000230012, or four zeros after the decimal point, followed by a 2-3, and that's USD. The shuffle video for the July reading was created on May 24th, 2024 at 1:52 a.m. Eastern Time. That's a video playing for you in the lower left corner. Now, this is an extremely difficult reading to determine the highest highs and the lowest lows because there's so much sideways behavior going on. So I think I'm not gonna attempt to find the highest highs and the lowest lows. I'm just gonna point out the most prominent peaks and troughs. One of those obviously will be a highest high and a lowest low. Behavior for the overall theme of July, we have side reach rotation that ends with a fast sudden move higher. It's crossed with a crest that we sell off from down to and through support on a multi-day scale. We do a U-shaped reversal below that price level, come back and reuse it as support. Behavior around the high side, we have bumping along resistance sideways, possibly breaking through, bumping along resistance sideways some more. Behavior around the low slow, we have a decline into a significant low on a 1-year chart scale. This will offer opportunity to open up long position on a multi-day, probably multi-month kind of scale. Now, I'm going to get into the day-by-day chart behavior, as well as finding the highs, the lows, and the best trade opportunities. But before I do all that, I just want to make sure you're aware. The whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. We do that by following the rule of karma for the channel. You go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, and 5% of the profits from every profitable trade utilizing this information should be donated forward to one of these charities, or pick a charity of your choosing, as long as you're paying 5% forward, and then 5% should be sent back to the channel through one of these links. If you're international, you can use Wise, or you can use YouTube tips, and that leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you follow the rule of karma for the channel, the universe considers you an angel investor. It's going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Blessings to all my angel investors. Let's get back into it. So there's a trough early in the day on the first, and a resistance level that's highlighted on the first that we failed to break through many times before. We have a highest high here on the second, and also a prominent trough that'll stand out on a 1-month scale. With this, we'll mark an important range on a multi-day scale based on the depression card, and then we have a Dominion card on the third, price swings with a significant trough towards the end of the day on a 1-month scale. I'm advised not to chase that decline. On the fourth, a lot of price change on the fourth. There's a decline through multiple support levels, but there's also an important support level on a multi-day scale that's highlighted, and a lot of price change into and out of that. We have a volatile day on the 5th, but to the upside, and then we meet a key resistance somewhere around the 5th, 6th. That volatile move to the upside into key resistance somewhere around the 5th, 6th. That resistance will flatten out and decline pretty notably into a lowest low, at least thus far. And out of that lowest low there at the end of the day on the 6th, we have a prominent move higher, followed by a full retracement of that move. A U-shaped dip that forms near the intersection of two perpendicular diagonal trend lines on the 8th. Multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance on the 9th, and that's also one of the highest probable locations of the highest high. Remember, guys, very difficult to determine where the highest highs are, so I'm just pointing out these prominent peaks. From that crest, we're near overbought, and we sell off from that pretty notably back down into possibly a lowest low there on the 10th, and then a lot of price change to the upside, like a really big move to the upside. Out of that low on the 10th into the 11th, there's a breakout of some sort, and then that turns into erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level on the 12th. In the midst of that erratic behavior, we'll both visit a crest that was recently a past opportunity, and there should also be a significant trough on a 1-month scale that forms there. Cross-reading congruency with the low here on the 13th, so we probably see another trough, and then there's a big move pushing the upper end of a range higher, taking us to a prominent peak there. On the 14th, we have a period of volatility and a sharp drop that stands out in that period of volatility. Another prominent peak, another prominent trough on a 1-month scale, and then on the 15th, a notable reversal that'll really stand out on a 1-month scale. We also very likely have a lowest low there. Now, before I go any further, let's take a look and see how we did for May. See how difficult this was? Because we're just back and forth, very difficult. But I have a high here around the 3rd, 4th. We got a high here on the 4th. Also, full card opportunity on the 1st, and you can see how that was really that was one of the best opportunities of the month. Another close to highest high on the 6th. You can see how that took place. Yeah, when they're up this side, they throw me off, I'm finding, more than a couple times. So that wasn't a high there, that's a little off. But we did have these troughs here. They ended up being lowest lows. And then another highest high on the 15th, nailed that. That low is off big time, though. I should have seen this 17th as a high. Double X on the 22nd. I should have seen that as a high. We had a lowest low on the 20th. Wasn't a lowest low, but it came pretty close. I mean, it's a significant low there for sure. And then I was really off on the highest of the highs here on the 30th. Wow, very, very rarely does that indicate a high. So not my best reading, but as far as the trades are concerned, would open up a short position here on the 3rd, 4th, close that short position on the 4th, and if the 4th didn't work, then there was opportunity on the 5th. That's where it started coming to play, and then there's another opportunity there on the 6th. And yeah, overall, one of my worst readings in a really long time. May was not my month, guys. I apologize for that. But even with that said, I didn't get anything completely wrong. You know, there's still a lot of right to those readings. If you're interested in the paid version, it's a really great way to support the channel. You're getting information in the paid version that you won't find anywhere else in the world. This is super undervalued information. Literally, only place you can find it is at Tarot for Traders and the Investor Profit. What you're getting is the timing of the best trades, what type of trades to make, also what type of chart behavior to look for as far as entry and exit into and out of those trades. You get any trades from a multi-month and a multi-year standpoint, and then any price level information that we're able to extrapolate. So this is super valuable information. People with the paid version are making money. So the way that you get the paid version, you go to our website, Tarot for Traders, you hover over our services, click on SO Meta Posts, And then if you want to scroll down to monthly subscription, click here to order. You can subscribe to any one of these individual crypto or ticker symbols for $2.49 a month, or you can get the all paid version, which gives you access to all of these crypto and ticker symbols for $4.99 a month. Not to mention, you are also getting any one-offs, any custom monthlies that people order for that month, and any monthlies that I do that are relevant to that part of the year. So there's going to be different monthlies coming out month to month, and you would have access to all of those paid versions through the all paid version. The most popular way to support the channel, and not to mention, it's a really great way to get my attention. So thank you to everybody that goes ahead and does that, and let's get back into it. So on the 16th, we have 3 crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level, confirming a bullish trend with a prominent trough and a prominent peak. Probably a big move to the upside towards the end of the day from a trough to a peak. On the 17th, we have sideways. On the 17th, we have a rally along diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance and meet another resistance, and then we pull back to somewhere between those two price levels. Somewhere between the 17th and the 18th, we see a decline because on the 18th, we have a big move, unexpected move out of that decline, also cross-reading congruency, taking us to, this could very well be another high here on the 19th with this ace of discs and this cash out ruin. A lot of price change here, and then we do sideways rotation on the 20th, ending with a fast sudden move higher, taking us back to highs on the 21st. Highest probable location, another high, very strong probable location of a high here with this Princess of Wands. And then we decline pretty notably on the 22nd. On the 23rd, we rally back pretty notably. And then the 24th, we have this abundance card, which is actually pretty significant, guys. On the 1 year, the abundance card is important. Hard to say if this one is, but it is relevant to the luxury card too. But in any case, there should be a pretty significant trough here. I'm not so sure it's the lowest low, but it'll be a significant trough here on the 25th. A lot of volatility and a fast sudden move higher, ending that volatility on the 26th. We have a big move from, unexpected move, likely from the bottom of a range to the top of a range. And it gets kind of volatile here. We had on the 27th, we had the ace of swords, so we decline from that and then return back to it with this big move on the 28th to the upside out of a prominent trough on a 1 month scale. On the 29th, we have a peak that we sell off from pretty notably into a prominent trough on a 1 month scale. Bearish price swings and more decline there on the 30th. And then I don't think that this cross-reading congruency really pans out. I'm just pointing it out as a taking notes, but there's a mixed sideways S formation within a channel, a mixed decline sideways S formation within a channel taking place on the 31st. Big decline. It looks like there might be a sharp decline right at the very start of the month of August. Hard to say, but at some point we'll decline to or through support and meet another support and then rotate sideways along that support. That'll really stand out in the August reading. We'll talk about that in more detail when we get into the August reading for SHIB. That's Shiba Inu for July 2024. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay tuned if you got the paid version. We're going to get into the best trades momentarily.